Guys, today I've got to get you ready for some of the most insane releases over the next couple days. One of Nike's most hyped up collaborations is back, and Jordan Brand is still making everything so much more expensive. Welcome to Sneaky Weeky. Yes, we're circling back on that Sneaky Weeky. You guys absolutely hated it. Fair enough. Listen, hey, I put it forward to you guys. I let you guys choose. So we're going back to the midweek re-up, but that's final. I don't want to hear any more damn complaining in the comments, okay? No major release recaps to get into, so let's get into some of this upcoming stuff. And I wanted to start off with a brand new Nike model that actually drops today. This is the Nike City, and it's basically what Nike is putting out to try and just recapture that GPS. You know, the Tom Sachs general purpose shoes. They're like, yo, that collaboration, we can't really do it anymore, so here's something that's practically the same. I thought this was pretty interesting. So apparently it's going to be a sneaker model that's like the general purpose shoe, but also the Nike Feel General kind of combined. So I think there's two colorways. Maybe they come in this little bag, or you get this bag with them. We got the green colorway and the orange one. In fact, I actually ordered a pair. These were available a while ago here in the EU, so I ordered a pair to check them out because I do believe Nike was really onto something with the GPS shoe, and now that they're not doing that collaboration anymore, this could fill a decent void. It's a reasonable retail price at $120. Here's another colorway that they might be dropping, a special pair. It could be a solid model. Let me know your thoughts. Let's keep it moving. All right, so like I said, we've got a pretty insane few days upcoming with a ton of releases that I'm sure you guys don't want to miss. So the first ones up are the 19th of September, so literally tomorrow. We're getting the Kobe 9s. Don't forget about those. We're also getting the Air Max 90s. They're calling this Dark Sage and Solar Red. It's the infrareds reverse, the reverse camos. And then probably the biggest release for this weekend is going to be the Nike Verdy SB Dunk Low. So this collaboration, as you can see, it's already loaded up to the Nike sneakers app. We're getting both the SB Dunks and then of course the Ishod Wear pair, which is very nice in my opinion, kind of an underrated drop from this collaboration. But here's the problem. Here's the caveat. Apparently this is going to be the most limited SB collab of the entire year with only 20,000 pairs worldwide. That is ridiculous. Hardly anybody is going to get their hands on these things. I know that they're super hyped up, and I know it's a pretty extra pair of dunks, so I could definitely see them being limited, but this limited is pretty insane. So with 20,000 pairs being worldwide, if you live in the EU or the UK or any other region other than the US, just know that most of the stock goes to the US. So we're probably going to get like 1,000, 2,000 maybe. It's going to be a tough one, but just don't forget it's happening on September the 20th. I don't know, cross your fingers, pray, do something, because it's going to be one of the hardest sneakers to get this entire year. Apparently one of the most controversial shoes is this thing right over here, and it's going to be dropping tomorrow, September the 19th. You know what? I actually think these could be a bit of a vibe. I'm not a loafer guy. I'm really not a loafer guy like at all, but I could see this being like a cool, quirky, comfortable option for a pair of loafers. I could actually see this being relatively popular. They drop through New Balance's website again for $160 on the 19th. I assume this is so controversial because it's pretty bizarre, it's pretty out there. It's a New Balance 1906R, but just a loafer version. I don't know, if you are someone who wears loafers, let me know what you think of these. Would you wear them, or is this just one of the most crazy things you've ever seen and you're passing? Right, little update from Sunday's video. So we spoke about how Supreme and Jordan Brand are going to be dropping a collaboration. Well, guess what? It got postponed. It was apparently supposed to be dropping tomorrow for week 5 Supreme drop, but that's no longer happening. Instead, we're getting $150 sandwiches. Oh, and a $300 stapler. So we got the full lineup for Supreme week 5. Again, this is happening tomorrow through Supreme. The usual, you know, Supreme drop time, you can see it over here, 4 p.m. in the UK, and then I believe 11 a.m. out in the US. So the Jordan collaboration is still happening, but it's just not happening this week. It could happen the week after or further into the full season. Nevertheless, this is what we got. A lot of expensive stuff in here. Let me just clarify, this is not an actual sandwich. It's going to be like a plastic replica of a sandwich. If that makes it any better, honestly, I might even take a freaking sandwich over a plastic replica. There's a bunch of other stuff, some pretty nice hoodies and jackets, but yeah, it's overall pretty mid. Not gonna lie, there's nothing in here that really excites me. I mean, there's some pretty expensive stuff in here, man. This is crazy. Has Supreme always been this expensive? Bunch of jerseys which look cool. This is probably my favorite part about it. Let me know what you think about all of this. What do you think? Are you gonna be grabbing the chopped cheese cheese sandwich, or is there anything else that catches your eye? Another release, another big release, the Ma Maniere Air Jordan 4. So I did get quite a few messages from a bunch of you guys asking me, like, when is this drop actually happening? It's a little bit confusing, so if you follow along, you should definitely have a good chance at grabbing them. So, like we said, on Sunday, the first release is going to be through Ma Maniere's website on the 20th of September. You're gonna have a decent shot on there because I know that a lot of other regions around the world, if you're not in the US, it's like the shipping and everything might be a little bit annoying. But don't worry, we do have another release after the 20th, which should be through the Nike sneakers app and a bunch of different retailers. However, the release date is a little bit confusing. So originally it was September the 28th. However, we've recently seen some new report that's saying it's going to be dropping on the 26th of September. We have the Travis Scotts on the 28th, and there's a couple other shoes all lined up for the 28th. So potentially these dropping on the 26th could be pretty likely. Apparently there's also going to be 160,000 pairs, which is kind of, I mean, it's pretty decent for a collaboration, especially from a Ma Maniere, so I wouldn't be too worried about the stock, even though this is definitely in higher demand. Either way, just know that September the 26th, as of right now, is probably when these are going to drop. If not, it could be an insane September the 28th upcoming. Oh yeah, and then don't forget, just you guys out in the US, you're going to be getting the Air Jordan 1 Low OG Mocha. This is a phenomenal pair of ones. I think it's definitely a must cop. I think it's going under retail right now in terms of pricing, so maybe just have a look at the aftermarket and what like kind of prices you can get on these if it's not from Nike. Otherwise, just pull the trigger. It's a great pair. I've been wearing mine a ton. Probably one of my favorite Jordan 1s this year. These are going to be dropping through the Nike sneakers app September the 21st. I'm sure a bunch of retailers as well. Another one to not forget about is the Bad Bunny Adidas collaboration on the Gazelle indoor model. This is the black and white colorway, probably the best colorway that they've done. Very, very solid option. This is also a September 21st. The raffle is up on the Adidas confirmed app, so go and check there if you do want to enter up. Honestly, this style of shoe isn't really for me, so I don't know. Nike and Drake's Triple Black Hot Step 2 is also going to be dropping very, very soon. So House of Heat is saying September the 27th for this gunmetal colorway. However, some raffles have already been popping up for this sneaker, specifically some raffles here in the EU, and it's a lot sooner than that. So literally a day away, which would make it, what, the 20th, I think? So the 20th, I would just keep your eyes open for different raffles that pop up. If we get any more updates, I'll let you know. But yeah, the Triple Black colorway, probably the best one so far. Let me know what you think. We just got our first looks at a brand new A$AP Rocky Puma collaboration. So we took a look at this initial colorway, they're like the tan one. These are actually going to be dropping September the 26th for $150 through Puma, different retailers as well. However, this colorway seems a little bit cooler in my opinion. In fact, it almost seems like a completely different model. I think it's just because you can see all of like the lines and the grooves in the upper. It's a pretty cool pair of shoes, this specific colorway. It looks like very retro, almost like very retro Air Max type vibes. Either way, this specific colorway is going to be coming later on this year. We're not entirely sure when. Maybe it drops alongside the other ones, which would make it a 26th of September drop. However, no official release dates just yet. Let me know what you think about A$AP Rocky's collab with Puma, but let's keep it moving. All right, this one's pretty interesting, pretty strange. So we all know the current state of affairs of Jordan Brand, you know, slowly creeping up those retail prices of their sneakers that once were pretty affordable and now are just insane. So last week or the week before, we spoke about how the Jordan 1 High 85 Bread colorway that's dropping next year is going to be $250. Well, guess what? Apparently the $1,000 Jordans are going to be getting a wider release through, you know, the Nike sneakers app. So remember this pair, it was leaked and rumored for a very long time, and then they did some kind of really small exclusive drop in store somewhere. Well, official images just popped up of these things online, which makes a lot of people believe that, yeah, these should be getting an online release. Why else would there be official images? So this is the pair right over here. It's made, you know, it does have really decent quality materials, like, you know, I think Italian leather and super thick leather as well, wax laces, bunch of like, I think it's got a leather sock liner, super premium, but still $1,000 is, there's no way to justify that in my opinion. Now you've got an ultra premium box, you've also got a crazy dust bag. It's a very nice pair of Jordan 1s, great, wow, but I mean, no, there's no way I am spending $1,000 on these things, not a chance. So just know that there is a couple different colorways or versions of this. There's like a low cut, but this is the only one that we have official images of, so I assume these are going to be dropping relatively soon. But it really just kind of makes me think, like, the audacity to drop a $1,000 pair of Jordan 1s is really kind of like signifying a moment where Jordan Brand's like, hey, we can, you know, if we drop this extremely expensive pair, we can kind of creep up and bump bump up the numbers for some of the, you know, regular pairs. Let me know if you would spend $1,000 on these things. Little update on Adidas's new 3D printed shoe. So we spoke about this on Sunday, and it's now got an actual release date, and it's got an actual name now. So it's called the Climber Mog, and they're going to be dropping this fall season. I think we all expected it to drop, you know, way down the line, or maybe not even drop. But yeah, these are a real thing. Fully 3D printed pair of shoes. I've really wanted to check them out because I've tried a lot of 3D printed shoes, and it would be interesting to see what Adidas brings to the table in terms of, you know, an actual fully 3D printed pair of shoes and not just something that's on the midsole. I also wonder what the retail price of these things is going to be, and also how they're manufacturing this in, like, you know, with a bunch of pairs. I think they're going to be very limited because it's still currently very hard to make 3D printed shoes at mass scale. They don't look bad by any means, just very, very minimal, and I wonder how they're going to market these things, whether it's like, you know, a daily slip-on comfortable shoe, or whether they're going to try and, you know, kind of link it into the performance aspect, and these are actually like some kind of running style shoe. They kind of look like it. It just depends how heavy they are and how much kind of lockdown you get. Right, we've got a couple Nike updates. This one's pretty massive. We just got official images of the upcoming Corteiz Nike Air Max 95, a massive collaboration that's going to be dropping this year. So this is the Tour Yellow colorway, and I mean, as you guys know from the previous collab, we got the pink beam and then the camos and the blue colorway. Well, this is the fourth one that's going to kind of complete the pack. This was a massive collaboration when they launched. Like, people were going insane for these things, and I think currently to this day they resell for a ton of money, way more than I even knew. Like, I have the pink pair and I thought it was just like, you know, it's probably about retail price. Either way, I'm sure this yellow one, now people know how, like, the potential of this pair of shoes in terms of the resale value. They're probably going to make them extremely hard to get. Also, I do really like this yellow and black colorway. It might even be my favorite one. Let me know what you think about this down in the comment section. No specific release date, just at some point this fall season. Sticking with Air Max 95s, they're going to be dropping an exclusive sneakers app version of this model. So we've got two different colorways. It's called Erosion, and it's really cool because it was actually designed by Sergio Lozano. I think he's the guy that does all of those custom shoes that, like, you know, the dip dive faded ones. I might be getting that mixed up. Either way, these are only going to be available through the Nike sneakers app, and you can see that they have some kind of like special Nike sneakers app affiliation on the insole, and then the box also comes with that sneakers app logo. So my question is, why didn't they drop these things on the sneakers day? Like, I don't think they dropped anything. Why didn't they drop these? I mean, it's pretty cool, and I think it would have been a really nice, unique pair of shoes to drop on the Nike sneakers app on sneakers day, but randomly these should be dropping at some point this year. Here's a wild one. Nike decided to, you know, the Nike tech fleeces that, you know, people like to wear. It's a comfy, cozy hoodie type thing. They're dropping a freaking tech fleece trench coat. It's got the exact same kind of design details as the tech fleece, where you've got like the rubberized area around the zip pockets. You got the Nike branding over here. It looks like it's going to actually be made out of the same material as a tech fleece. At least that's what these images look like. So it's probably going to be extremely comfortable. This comment's funny because it does remind me of like how popular tech fleeces are in the UK. Just imagine you roll up to, well, you know, one of those squads where they're all freaking wearing tech fleeces. Imagine you roll up, you pull up on them, this group, and instead of tech fleeces, they're wearing this thing. A distinguished group of roadmen. Not entirely sure when these are going to be dropping, but it looks like relatively soon we got official images. Let me know if you would rock the tech fleece trench. This holiday season, Nike is bringing back the Air Max TL 2.5 in the Phantom colorway. Now, ignore this massive headline here where it says holiday 2025. This is a 2024 drop. So we rarely got official images of these things. I've actually been looking forward to them quite a lot. This is a model from the 2000s, and it looks pretty damn cool. Now, I don't expect them to be insanely hyped or anything. People with like a lot of nostalgia will probably like them, but it is just like a cool looking pair of Air Maxes that I think will do relatively well. Holiday 2024, we don't have a specific drop date, but I'll update you guys. Right, so we just got an update on this Nike Air Force One collaboration with, I'm not even gonna do it. You guys wanted me to say this? You know I can't pronounce it. I'm not even gonna try. These images were going around online. It turns out to be exclusively for friends and family, so no official release date for this, which is pretty unfortunate because I know that these do look pretty sick, but I know that a lot of people were hyped about this one. So they've got the box, they've got the nice colors, which are like pretty sick. This green one is pretty hard as well, but it's not actually going to have a proper release. Why don't they do that? I mean, maybe there's going to be one in the future, but but as of right now, all of this is just exclusively for friends and family, so nobody's going to be able to get their hands on it. And there's a bunch of different versions, different samples. So I'm sure at some point in the future, we're going to get something from this collaboration. If we don't, it's going to be pretty random. We just got first looks of the Hayley Wilson Nike SB Dunk Low, actually looking pretty dope. These are pretty nice in terms of like the colors that are on here, like the purple, the white, the black, and then the little hits of, you know, light blue or teal. So not really much to go on here, just, you know, kind of some close-ups and then this blurry image. But yeah, this should be dropping in 2025 summertime, so we've got a ton to see more images. Another 2025 SB Dunk Low, the Riot Skate Shop collaboration, is going to be dropping spring 2025. We got a little bit of, you know, more better images of these. You can see they've got damn near Christmas vibes going on with the colorway. This was the original mock-up. Looks like it's going to be a little bit darker than that. Damn, we're getting the green Goblins back, except the Clogposit version. This is, I think, going to be called the Green Goblin colorway. It's a holiday 2024 release. Nike is really trying to push this model. So if you didn't know, in the Green Goblin movie, he was wearing, like, Green Goblin suit, he was wearing a pair of Flightposits. Now they're doing that colorway, but just in a Clogposit model. I think this model is pretty fun. I know that it definitely hasn't got off to the greatest start in terms of hype, but let me know if you've tried a pair of these things out and what do you think? New Balance and Amine are going to be collaborating once again. So they've just teased it. Now this is just a very, very small tease, so we're not going to spend too much time, but I believe Amine posted this, which is just like a billboard which says 3 studio albums, 4 mixtapes, 2-time award loser, 11 times platinum, PSU dropout, 5 billion streams, festival founder, hometown hero, 2 New Balance collabs, which if you guys remember, he's only done 1, so there's 1 more upcoming. So the previous one, or the first one that he did, was on the New Balance 610, which is a pretty solid model. The colorway was not really my thing, but I'm sure there's going to be a new model, or maybe he just does a new colorway. We don't know as of right now, but as soon as we get any updates, I'll let you know. Couple Jordan 4s. One of them is a banger, the other one's questionable. This is the Air Jordan 4 Tex denim colorway that's going to be dropping fall 2025. This is just like a new mock-up. Basically expect kind of like a 2-tone denim colorway. So this mock-up is probably kind of, you know, like mildly accurate. Apparently we already have a release date of September 30th, 2025, and this is potentially what we're going to get. But something that I think a lot more people are going to be excited about is the Cave Stone Air Jordan 4, which is looking pretty solid. Maybe some people, I don't know who they are, but they might even say this could be some kind of like Travis Scott GR colorway. I mean, we all know what that did to the Tobe Hazes. It kind of, you know, that got a lot of hype just, you know, because of all of the friends and family Travis Scott Jordan 4. Potentially this one looks even closer to that. Either way, this is a speculative mock-up by Z Sneakerheads, typically pretty accurate. This is also a full 2025 release. Let me know what you think about these, and as soon as we get any actual images of them, I will show you guys. Okay, look, this was too hilarious not to talk about it because it's just so freaking funny. So Ye was doing a listening experience, a listening party, whatever you want to call it, out in China. And man, the Chinese fans are different. So I just wanted to show you kind of like a little bit of a recap of what they were doing out there because it is hilarious. There was a group of people. 2 of them were wearing masks, like these weird stocking looking face masks. One of them was wearing a Ye mask. The other one was wearing a Taylor Swift mask. And they were, I can't, this is so funny. Like, what even? They're just like, the entire city in China was just taken over by Ye coming there. And it turned out to be a pretty insane kind of, you know, listening party. It definitely got a lot of the Chinese fans super excited. They also did this, where they had the Adidas taxi. They were trying... What even in the world is going on here? They're kind of, I don't know, dressed up in some kind of Ye outfit. They got the taxi over here. They're waving a flag, which I don't even know what's on it. Probably Adidas. Some of their cars had Adidas on the light bars. Like, this car looks pretty sick. I don't even know what freaking model it is, but yeah, there's that. This one's pretty crazy. So apparently in Haiku, authorities asked all taxi drivers in the city to only play Kanye songs. And apparently they were doing this. So this is a taxi. Imagine you pull up to this city and it's just every taxi driver is listening to Ye in their cars. Not only that, but also the hotels apparently were also all blasting Ye music. They had these freaking billboards up, although this might be the hotel that Ye is staying at. I don't know if it's all of the hotels. And then here's some more pictures of the actual listening event where Ye was wearing this insane, almost like costume looking thing. I don't know, looked him like, gave him like some weird hunched over gorilla back type thing in a hoodie. This is supposed to be like some kind of merch, at least like the t-shirt or sweater that he's wearing over this outfit. Like I don't know, he's just got like some significant padding underneath there. But yeah, this is supposed to drop at some point soon. We saw him like take a picture in it and put it on his Instagram. And then we got Ye spazzing some emotes over here. Crazy. This looks like a fun time, honestly. And here's a daytime shot of the actual stage. It's basically like a huge circular platform of grass. Yeah, it's pretty epic. And then here's a little rundown of his entire set, all of the songs that he did, which was like a mixture of like Vultures 2 and Vultures 1, and then a little bit of Donda, some older stuff that he's done, and then one brand new song called Preacher Man, which apparently is supposed to be on like his upcoming solo album, but I don't know. There's always leaks of a freaking new album coming out. Never ends up happening. Might just be people desperately saying that they don't want Vultures 3 and they want him to go solo again. Appreciate you guys for always coming through for these videos. It's a lot of fun just sitting here and going through stuff with you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to make sure you're always up to date with the latest news and sneaker releases so you don't miss anything.